Like, I mean, I can give that if you're into it. You're not. Okay. Are we rolling?
Are we also like loud? What? Like how? Fuck it.
Can you take videos of this right now? Just like, sis,
yes.
Welcome to the space. Have you been to Brooklyn?
Yes, of course.
But like in 2021, have you been to Brooklyn?
No, this is my first time out of 23 days that I have not been to Brooklyn.
Out of 23 days, we are only 23 days into 2021. How are you settling in? Right.
I'm not. I feel like right now, at least, I'm really like riding this. I'm not writing anything.
I mean, if you were, it's okay.
It's okay. You know, we love to hear it. Love to see it.
Right.
I'm just like, I feel like me and the world are like trying to figure it out and trying to navigate. So I'm like on this coast of like trying to get there. So I'm not settled just yet, but I'm getting to a place of settlestation.
It's so funny because I feel like our energies are so aligned today because I'm in the same exact place. 2021 has been something else, like out of pocket, as they say.
So
right. But I'm like somewhat here for it because I feel like it's all building blocks towards where we're gonna end up by December 31st of the year, right?
And I think also sometimes you don't need to be settled. Sometimes you need to be off your rocker, you know?
Come on. Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm on my tippy toes.
Maybe that's the theme for the year, right? Keep you on your toes,
what am I gonna say? Ain't nobody drink like me, get what you need like me. Ain't nobody got them on the tip toes and rose to the tip like me. And that's how I feel.
Can you text me that? I feel like that's an Instagram caption if I've ever heard one. Okay. So, right. So, oh my gosh, well, Black History Month is like 2 steps away. / we're here.
Always.
How do you feel?
I feel like I'm Black.
Right.
And I'm making history.
Right.
So I feel like Black history is a constant. Black existence is always, and so in that route, in that time, you're always making some type of history and always marking something, you know. So I feel like we're always existing in that plane. Absolutely. And I'm happy. I guess it's about to be. I am happy. I'm happy that we're getting to a place of like February where it's like everybody's gonna be back honing in on Blackness because they feel like everybody was like watching us and ready for us and taking in and living for us, and then that kind of dropped, you know. So I'm happy that maybe for just a little bit we'll be back to Black. I know. Fingers crossed it continues every day of the year, not just for Black History Month. You know what I mean? Right. Like, are there Black artists in the world, in your experience, that really, really inspire you? Oh, you really finessed that. Thank you. Of course. There's so many. Right now, I think like a lot of pioneers in the trans community for me, like right now, are really like have my eyes wide open. MJ Rodriguez is somebody that I just like absolutely like fawn over and adore. Like, I think she embodies like everything that a queen is. Janet Mock is somebody who I'm like just like I am just so blessed to be on this earth at the same time as her. And I have like a lot of my friends, like my best friend Eva is somebody who's a pioneer to me, and so a lot of people in the trans community, a lot of folks, I'm just like living for them and existing with them and just proud to be on the same plane as them and on this earth with them. Absolutely. It's so funny, fun fact, MJ and I went to school like when we were younger, like both from Jersey. Oh, so you're from Jersey? Yeah, Jersey. And I feel like MJ has always been a creator, you know? And I feel like so much of being Black is about creating, whether it's creating a new world like that we honestly have needed for quite some time. And I mean, you're obviously a creator. What have you been working on? I've been working on a lot. I think that our existence is our creation because every day as we exist, we're making something new and having to navigate. In the past 23 days, I've been cooking a lot. Come on. That's what are you cooking? Oh, well, everything. Come on. Spaghetti and meatballs. Last night I made birria. You got leftovers? Yes, I do. Right. Yeah, I think I have like was kind of like really decentered and like off my rocker, like I said before, like all last year, especially in terms of like me and just like who I truly am and where I truly lie on my plane of existence. I was kind of just like off on that, but like very involved in the ways of like cis and activism and creating and performance on that other side. But inside, I was trying to just find out me and get back to me. And so that's kind of what I've been doing. So I've been very like introspective to my humanity lately. And so getting in the kitchen is something that I just love, and like I'm really good at it. So I just like, I like being there. And so that's kind of how I've been creating this year. And I have some projects that I'm working on that I'm really excited for and to continue.
Are we allowed to know?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm still waiting
Top
for some
secret.
things, but it's something that I was, for so long I was trying to find a way for like, and always, but my activism to really like, I guess kind of fit into my, my like creativity of like, okay, if we can't do this, how can we do this? Or how can I do it in a way that is like my art? I want my, you know, and it's hard balancing that because sometimes activism can get very performative, but trying to do things in a way that is like, this is my advocacy, and I want to curate work that really sits in the middle of this and really can affect change and make change this way. But I'm not really doing it as an activist, I'm doing it as an artist. And because those things align, and because I am one in that, this is what the end product will be. So one of my projects that I'm working on, I'm really excited for.
Tell us.
I can't. I'm really excited for it, and if it happens, it happens. I'm waiting for some yeses. So,
So you've been on a journey to be like finding this artistry and becoming this artist.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there was a like super duper specific moment that it really clicked for you, where you were like, I've arrived, I'm here, I'm an artist?
I think performing at the Apollo was like, okay, because it was like this contest that they did on Twitter or whatever.
Okay.
And I had posted this video of me singing Live Like You Were Dying, and that was like my mantra, my song of 2019, because that was like me and my mom's favorite song growing up, and I like kind of like finally came back around to it, and like the words that the song said, and kind of the song is, if y'all don't know, it's a country song, and I love country music, but it just talks about like you have to live every day like it's your last, and you have to just exist in a way that's so freely, because you never know when the end is near, when the end is coming or whatever. And so I think that song really aided in me trying to navigate my identity. And so I posted a video of my like last cabaret performance at school, which was not supposed to be my last cabaret performance, which is crazy. But I posted that online for the HBO contest, and then like it blew up, and like next thing I know I won, and they were like, okay, you get to perform at the Apollo at like amateur night or whatever, and HBO is gonna fly, you know, your friends, family out, and put you in a limo and put you in this hotel in Times Square, and you know, you get to do all this or whatever. And so like my mom was here, my sister was here, and like my best friend who's here, so my close friends was here, and like singing was like always a hard thing for me, because I don't sing like, you know, the greats. Like someone I admire greatly as a singer is Jalen Josie, and like I don't sing like her at all, and I'm not her, so I shouldn't sing like her, you know.
Right.
But like I don't sing like those great singers do, and so I was always like, what does that mean for me? You know what I mean? And so having that validity of like storytelling, because that's what I do. I tell stories, and having that validity of this really big thing, especially this big thing in Black culture, that was welcoming me in with open arms. And I'm having this opportunity. I was like, oh my goodness. And so like that night when I went on that stage with my long braided blonde hair and this beat for the gods, and this pink suit, looking and feeling exactly like who I was, performing in that moment, I was like, oh no, I'm a star.
Is there something like you would tell your younger self? Like, have you always been this person? Is it truly, truly a part of this journey that you've been speaking about as an artist, to really finding this, I am who I am, who are you? Like, is there something you would tell your younger self? That you think, you know?
This is what I will say. I think that what I've learned in life for a lot of people is nobody really changes, right? Because once you get planted, once a seed gets sown, you can only grow from there. You can't really change. And what your make is what your make is, you know, and your identity and everything else that you learn and you feel and you emote and live in, now that's growth, because now you're rising to the next occasion and coming to the next level of who you are in your existence and your being, but you don't really change. And so I don't ever want to say that I have changed, because since day one, since August 25th, 1997 at 8:22 a.m. at the Women's Hospital in Houston, Texas, like I feel like I've always been sis, I've always been who I am. I think I've only evolved and grown to be this.
Right.
And that was always written in the stars for me, and that was always my destiny. So anything I would tell my younger self is to like, just keep going and like, don't listen to anybody else. Exactly what you did, exactly the choices that you made, you know, it sucks. And in the moment, like there was a period of my life, like all of high school, I was like, this is the fucking pits. If this is life, this is very piss poor. This is not like an existence that I should be having to endure as a child, because of decisions that grown ass motherfuckers made, you know.
Right.
But even in those moments, I would be like, just see them through.
Yep.
Because if I had to go through that to get this, then it was well worth it.
Right.
So I think like I would just say like, just keep going, and I will be holding my hands out, you know, at whatever the finish line is in this way or whatever way I evolve into. Like I'm just come on, you know, keep your eyes forward and keep going.
I feel like that's something like your younger self could hear, so many young Black artists can hear,
Yeah.
even I need to hear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, keep going has literally been my motto since like 2019, like all of 2020, even in the pandemic. I feel like it's just universal.
Yeah, I think
it's across the board.
I think there's a lot of like affirmations that we just don't get, and sometimes people think that you need advice, and that's one thing that I've learned like growing up. Like advice was always something that was like, I don't think that really did anything for me. I don't think that really worked for me, because what's good for the goose is not always good for the gander. You know what I mean? And whenever, in terms of that, I think most things people just need to know is everything you're doing right now, you're doing great work. And just keep going. Because the mind and the body and the heart and the soul is going to do what it's going to do.
Right.
So you kind of just have to see that through. And I think once you get affirmed of like, okay, I am exactly where I need to be. I'm doing exactly what I need to do. I'm just going to keep going and keep seeing it through with my drive, my dedication, and my talent, and the gifts that God has given me, you know, and the universe has given me. And, you know, I think just keep going.
Absolutely. And with that, we leave you.